Hello students. In this session, we will be discussing about the journal entries with respect to issue of shares. So, now let us look at the illustration. So in the problem, what it says is, it is a company by the name Bangalore Infotech Limited, and it is a newly formed company with an authorized capital of rupees 5 lakhs into equity shares of 10 each. So the company has decided to issue 25,000 equity shares. So the company will be issuing 25,000 equity shares and at a premium of 1 rupee. So that means 25,000 shares of 10 plus 1 rupee premium will be issued. So what they have received so far is, on application they are charging 2 rupees per share, and on allotment the amount is 4 rupees, and this 4 rupees is including of the premium of that 1 rupee. So that means 3 rupee will go to the equity share account and 1 rupee stands as the securities premium. And on the first and the final call, that is the balance amount of the share, will be 5 rupees. Now if you calculate here, the total share amount will be 2 plus 3 plus 5, which equals to 10 rupees, and the extra 1 rupee which is charged as premium is collected at the stage of allotment stage. Then 30,000 share applications are received. However, as you know, the company is issuing only 25,000 equity shares, but they are getting 30,000 applications. So what the directors decide is, they allotted the shares and the excess money received on the application was returned back. So here what you have to understand is, only 25,000 rupees uh, only 25,000 worth equity shares application money is only accepted, and the excess, that is the 5,000 equity share application what they have received, that they have returned, and all the shareholders have paid the allotment money and call money except Mr. P. So there is one Mr. P who is a share applicant who has failed to pay the call money on 800 shares. Okay, on this 800 shares he has failed to make the payment. So what happens when somebody makes a uh, somebody doesn't make a payment, that shares will be forfeited. So the directors have forfeited these shares, and the forfeited shares will be reissued. So in this case what they have done, they have reissued the shares to Mr. M at rupees 9 per shares. Understood? Now let us see the journal entries for all these uh, transactions, including cash transaction. So the first journal entry would be for the share application money received on 30,000 shares at rupees 2 each. For that, the entry is bank account debtor 60,000 to share application account, that is 30,000 applications into 2 rupees. Now the money being transferred, share application money is being transferred to the share capital account. So here the share application account, that is 50,000 debtor to share capital account, that excess whatever is there, that is not being transferred, only the uh, application amount for 25,000 shares is only transferred. So that balance 10,000 which is there out of the 60,000 is returned. So for that, the transaction would be share application account debtor to bank account, that is 10,000. Now the next journal entry would be for the premium. When the allotment is made, like you all know, they have made the allotment at 4 rupees, where 1 rupee is a premium. So here what happens, for the 25,000 shares, 3 rupees will go to the share capital account and 1 rupee will go to the securities premium account. So 75,000 to the share capital account and was 25,000 to the securities premium account. For this, the transaction is share allotment account debtor 1 lakh to share capital account 75,000 to securities premium account 25,000. Hello students. So now let us have a look at the second illustration. In this illustration, a company is issuing 50,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each at a discount. Here, the shares are allotted at a discount, right? And this discount is allowed at the time of allotment. That is what they are telling. And the net amount payable is on application it is 20 rupees, on allotment it is 20 rupees, which is including of 10% discount. Then on first call it is 25 rupees and on the final call it is 25 rupees. So if you put together all these amounts, it comes up to 90. So 90 rupees is the discounted price of that 100 rupee face value shares. You understood? So 10 rupees is the discount. So Mr. Madhu, who holds 1000 shares, he did not pay the final call money for his share. The 25 rupees on the final call, he has not paid. So what happens? Out of these, 400 shares were reissued. So out of these 1000 shares, 400 shares were reissued to another person by the name Madhura Nath at 70 per share. Now let us look at the journal entries for these. As you all know, for the share application money received, it will be 10 lakh, that is 100 rupees shares of 100 rupees worth share. And for that money being transferred to the capital account, second journal entry is the transaction. And now the third journal entry where you have to concentrate is upon the discount part. Here the discount of that 10 rupees out of 100 rupees, 10 rupees is discounted for each share. So here that discount will go to discount on issue of shares account. So the transaction would be share allotment account debtor 9 lakh, discount on issue of shares account debtor 1 lakh to share capital account, that is 10 lakhs. Then the next transaction would be for allotment money received. So allotment money we have received for all the shares, and first call. In first call also we have received which is all the money from all the share applicants. For that, for call money due, there is one transaction, and when the call money is received, there is another transaction. So share forfeiture account would be 65,000. Here the calls in arrears is only 25,000 because the last final call is 25 rupees for 100 shares. For 1000 shares which he holds, he is not paid 25 rupees each. So that is 25,000. And this is a discount part which he is getting for his 1000 shares, the 10 rupees one. So this is the transaction. And then next, these forfeited shares are reissued to Madhura Nath at rupees at even a discounted rate. This is the transaction for that. And at the end, the difference between the share forfeiture account here, this 12,000 and 65,000 will be transferred as a balance to the share forfeiture account. See here what we get is, see in share forfeiture account, there is a credit balance of 65,000 and then there is a debit balance of 12,000. So it amounts to 14,000 of being transferred to the forfeiture account.